Take a look at this, Peave. Season splits. First 9 starts for Lance Lynn, a 6.42 ERA.
Lance Lynn was coming off his best year, career year in 2021, knee injury in spring training.
Yeah.
And you see, these first starts, to me, are the result of no spring training. You're trying to get back in. And look, I don't care what anybody says and how good you are. You can't jump into a major league season without the proper prep time and think you're going to be dominant. It's a hard league. Lance Lynn, to me, is in a big spot today. To everyone. I love watching pitchers in big spots and them showing up and showing out. I expect Lance Lynn to do that. He's got his work cut out for him against the Cleveland team today.
That doesn't punch out.
That's right. And
this dude, we're looking at he's 80% heater.
Right.
Some version of it.
And he's got those splits that we talked about. He's even went more to the heater. And then we can start the tape. Let's start the tape, and I'll show you what we love about Lance Lynn. The big burly right-hander out of Ole Miss just comes with attitude. I first loved that, and I love demeanor. But early on in the season, that wasn't who we saw. He was throwing this ball in here. That's a four-seamer at 91. Yeah. That's not his four-seamer. This is a changeup, 2-1. We're trying to throw changeup, 2-1. That's not Lance Lynn. We saw the splits. He likes to throw this four-seam fastball, and this is who Lance Lynn is. Up in the zone, four-seamer with conviction. It tails sometimes, it cuts sometimes. Look at that. That is just 95 painted up in the zone. You know it's coming, but the spin rate. We talked about the fastball. This cutter is just a little great version, a little smaller version of that fastball, and he executes so well with it. Doesn't miss over the heart of the plate. It's either up or down. And look at that. Up,
I think
down,
for me, when
up,
you look
down.
Yeah, you look at his splits, it's almost like he's eliminated. He throws, like I said, 80% heater, but it's varied, right? You know, there's a sinker in there, there's a cutter in there, but he has basically said, you know what, nothing moving into right-handers. I'm going four-seam. And then lefties, he feels like he could either backdoor or front door that cutter to the left-handers. He's elevated that a little bit and kind of said, see you later, slider. That's out the door.
Right. He's going to come today. You watch Lance Lynn pitch. He is going to throw four-seamer and throw a lot of them. They're going to be at the top of the zone.
Yeah.
You better use your top hand. Then when he thinks you're using that top hand, he's going to start to cut it right off of it. But look at this percentage. I think Lance Lynn has the best fastball in the major leagues. Why? Look at the whiff rate. Guys swing and miss more at Lance Lynn's fastball than anyone in the league. It's 93, 94 miles an hour. It's this optical illusion. I pitched against him one night in St. Louis.
There's certain guys who have it.
We had an incredible Chicago White Sox fastball hitting team, and I said, guys, we know what's coming. Cheat, D-Row, get the head out. And he still shoved it up our rear end. I got some at-bats trying to cheat. That spin rate, we talk about, what is that? And guys who do it well seem to have this extra life on the fastball. And look, this is another thing. You see this still shot? Front side we're about to land here. Front side completely closed, ball behind him. The hitter is not seeing the baseball. Then it comes out at you. It's four-seam. It's got some ride to it. It's up in the zone. And it's tough to handle. Lance Lynn is a bulldog.
And I always feel with a guy like this, when you know he's 80% heater, you go into the box like, I'm pulling the trigger.
That's right.
And then he just cuts it a little bit, elevates it a little bit. He gets you in swing mode, and then he's got you.
That's right.
It's almost like you got to pick out. Austin Riley talks about, I got to hunt a window. And it can't be a 17-inch window. It's got to be tight. What quadrant you're looking for. And I feel like a guy like Lance Lynn, you start thinking big picture. You can handle everything because you know what's coming.
What's coming, that's right. And then I think a lot of things that get lost, you think Lance and you go, oh, this is a competitor. He's out there and just bowling through that fastball. Watch the fastball location. This guy has got very good control of that fastball, throwing it at the top of the zone for a reason. And then you saw all those cutters down off the zone. And if he needs to he just doesn't miss in the middle of the plate a whole lot. When his fastball is 93 to 95, look out. It's going to be a good day for him.
Yeah, I think when the White Sox life on the line, obviously Dylan Cease has been their best pitcher cover to cover this year.
This is your most
You want to play behind this.
That's right.
Today.
Look, Lance Lynn, I watched his last start versus Oakland. Defensive miscues all over the field, and he stayed the course, but there was some attitude behind, right? He's just Lance Lynn's been around for a good while.
Yeah.
He is a veteran guy coming off his best season in 2021. The South Side of Chicago last year fell in love with him. They should. He fits the mold of a South Sider. He's going to have to show up big today.
Let's go,
if they're gonna stay
Roflo.
in this
It's a
race.
big game.